okay? You tell me what's wrong.
I'm fucking dead, that's what.
Whoa! Easy.
You think if I killed you right now, they'd give me the chair?
Most definitely.
Agree to disagree.
What the hell, Montana?
There is no Montana. Only Zool. It's a joke. Lighten up. You guys are doing this purgatory thing all wrong. We can be gods here. Ugh, you guys are fucking boring. Let's go.
Welcome to Maximum Delusion.
Oh, is that our new podcast we're doing now?
Well, that's what we're going to call this going forward, since we've seen the numbers from our audio host, and it seems that we're broadcasting to even fewer people than we previously thought.
Does that mean I have to get drunk even harder?
You might as well, because
God.
no one's listening. We can do whatever the fuck we want here.
All right, Liber, you know what to do here.
We can kill some
Stay
babies
strong.
if we want.
Oh, but we should mention...
We try to get people, we have a special guest here we'll be introducing here in a second.
Yes.
But in the past, we tried to get more people to listen to this thing. We went as far as to tell them this is a murder podcast hosted by Joe Rogan, and even that could not pull in the numbers. So we've exhausted all of our promotional possibilities here.
Does this mean it's near Sweeps Week and I have to die again?
Yeah, that might be time to kill off Tommy Milagro again.
God.
Anyway, this is TV10 Podcast, episode 0296. I'm Bill Frost.
I'm Tommy Milagro.
Special guest, please introduce yourself.
I am Cody D. From Maximum Distortion.
That's right.
Wow, it's not even Wednesday night.
The most metal show on Utah radio.
Oh, very metal.
So if nobody's listening, what better time to bring me in?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's see how much lower those
Let's
numbers
see
can
if we
go.
can get some crossover from your dozen listeners and our dozen listeners, and together we can make maybe
24 listeners.
24 listeners, maybe. Yes.
20 to 24.
Yes.
Let's stay, realistic.
This episode brought to you by Outlaw Distillery, one of our fine sponsors that we've suckered into ponying up for this thing.
Actually, I think Outlaw could be also a listener of Maximum Distortion. So we'll have to ask
Is that an also? Does that mean they listen to this too?
Yeah.
Really?
Strange as it is, as it sounds, yeah.
Okay.
But if you haven't figured it out, folks, this show is not safe for work. Why the fuck are you listening to it at work? And if you got fired, that's on you. But we should point out here at the TV10 podcast in the Outlaw Distillery Studios, NSFW means, want to start with yours, Cody?
Mine was Not So Fast Wacko.
And then we got Mr. Frost over here. NSFW also means now stands for Gash. Winning!
And I don't know if we invited him, would Forgash come? Your co-host on Maximum Distortion?
If you did it on a Sunday in the afternoon, possibly.
Okay.
All right.
His window of availability is really small.
What's he got going on?
Kids, marriage,
Ugh.
all the things.
Wait, how unmetal can that be?
Not very metal.
You're kind of destroying the image here, man. What happened to being in your dark castle with the with the sweet amps?
You know where Death Clock lives.
Right.
See, now he's going to be mad because I pulled the curtain back and shined a light on his
Again,
domesticated...
dozen listeners,
Yeah.
so this is not going to matter in the least. Have we taken care of all the business here?
I believe so. Nothing in the listener bags.
Of course not.
And nothing in the tweets. Oh, except for it's now official. We're going forward with South Park at Broovies.
Really, we're going to waste people's time with this now? Now that we've discovered we're scraping the glass floor of our listenership.
First of all, we've been wasting everybody's time thus far as we slog forward to 300 episodes.
Okay,
What's
so
a few more?
Okay, so let's square this away, at least for my benefit.
Mm-hmm.
When is this happening? When are we doing this?
It's right now tentatively scheduled for November 17th.
That is a Sunday. Yeah, okay.
Sunday.
Maybe what about what time you think?
We're gonna say 7ish. So
AM?
PM.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not ready for brunch. So
Oh, we could do brunch. Yeah.
well, maybe we could work something out.
What if we did it for brunch? And then we could get that brunch crowd
Oh, yeah.
who would be unsuspectingly there on an event with our name on it.
Right.
Yeah, they would just be there.
Yeah.
And then kind of coerced into...
Yeah, they would mistakenly be attending our event,
Mistaken.
even
Yeah.
though it's
That's
just
better.
like the regular Brewie's brunch.
We have to.
We could give the illusion of having an audience.
We'll have to get LaChai Girl on that. LaChai Girl, please get the negotiating machete ready for brunch at Broovies.
See, if you look behind the smoke glass over there, Cody, that is our producer, LaChai Girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that was giving you
Hi.
the side eye as you walked in.
She'll
So-
be screening the calls, running the board and doing. And so Sunday, November 17th, time TBD, showing South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut,
Yep.
the 20th anniversary edition.
We tried to make UHF a thing, but apparently we're going to have to save that for another time.
Nobody liked Geek Show. Nobody liked because Geek Show did it already.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and no one liked Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. But that's all right.
Not even David Arquette voted.
We're working on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the other? UHF.
No, those are the three right there.
Those are the three. Okay.
Yeah. But no, at this point, hey, great for those of you that actually voted.
I say we push it back and make it a Christmas thing, and we'll show Santa with muscles.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll work with that with Goots over at Broovies. So, yeah, my.
These are all exercises in futility, by the way, because as I've mentioned, we have no listeners.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying the company that we're paying to host our audio has come back and told me, yeah, no one's fucking listening. Give us more money.
Well, here's what I would say.
Nothing against Spreaker. Fuck them. But yeah.
Well, they haven't fucked us over like Stitcher has.
No, we're not paying Stitcher any money.
Yeah. See, so we're cool with that.
So we've taken care of all this. We'll let you know if and when this thing is happening.
By the
going
way,
forward.
that was not a frost warning. That was just more inherent bitching.
Oh yeah,
So
that's what I excel at. Cody D.
Yeah.
Usually when we have a guest in here, the first thing we like to get out of the way. Of course, I have a topic I want you to weigh in on, but we're going to get to that later. I want you to tell us what are you watching? What are you liking right now?
oh, it's the segment we like to call "What the fuck are you watching?"
Yeah.
Okay, herein lies the problem.
You don't watch anything?
I'm that guy
Okay.
that you guys talked about last week. Is like, you come in here and you don't watch anything.
First of all, you listened?
I am,
Huh?
yeah. I'm,
Okay, well, you're already up on one on most people we have in here because most people we usually have in here have never heard the show.
Yeah. I've listened to a few episodes.
Oh, you're up on apparently several dozen people.
I'm
Yes.
currently working 4 jobs, so I don't have a ton of time for TV. But what I did do, I got harangued so bad about not watching Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I was
Oh.
the one guy left on the planet who hasn't seen it, so
Okay.
I binged it, and it was even before I knew there was a Breaking Bad movie.
Okay.
So once I heard about El Camino, then I was like, man, I really got to finish this thing. So I plowed through all 5 seasons in about a month. Got that done last week, and then watched El Camino Sunday.
Yeah, and when you got to El Camino, were you sorely disappointed that there was such an extensive previously on segment introducing the El Camino movie?
Well,
You said, "Fuck, I could have just watched this."
yeah, I hadn't really. Weirdly enough, nobody reviewed it. I had no idea what. Nobody really talked about it or anything, so I was like, okay, we can fly under the radar with this thing.
Okay.
So I didn't even know about anything. So the recap, I mean, it was not necessary for me because I'd literally just finished the whole season.
You plowed
series.
through it.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Okay.
So I was going to come in here because I was like, fuck, what am I going to talk about? Like, haven't watched anything. And I was going to come in and go, what's the deal with Walter White?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
So
Why is he a danger?
But you
I
might
am the danger.
I'd have a bit of a unique perspective because me, I finished Breaking Bad years ago, so I did not revisit the series. I did catch the recap. So coming fresh off watching the whole series and then going into the movie, how did you like the movie compared to the rest of the series?
You mentioned last week that I don't know if it was really necessary, which I kind of agreed, but it was fun. It was
still an entertaining movie.
Still entertaining. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but
Not at this point.
I was kind of disappointed that they didn't touch on Skylar and what happened with her.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Totally true.
I even if they'd have spent 5 minutes on just what happened with her and and the court case,
That would have been nice, yeah.
Because he gave her the lottery ticket with the coordinates of where Hank and Gomi were.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen if that was really a bargaining chip to get her out of out of the shit. But
I would have liked to see what happened to Marie.
Yeah, that too.
No,
Yeah.
nobody wants to see what happened to him. That means you have to deal with shoplifting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and crashing open houses and
Yeah. So my only question for you, Cody, is this: since you binged all the way through Breaking Bad to El Camino, your thoughts on Todd going from?
Oh, fuck Todd.
Well, first of all, yeah, and secondly, he went from Dead-Eyed Todd to Puffy Dead-Eyed Todd.
Puffy Dead-Eyed Todd. It's funny because you did mention that last week. I didn't really notice, I guess, his weight gain, but what I told a couple people, I don't know that they could have cast a more perfect person for that role.
Yeah.
He was so because his Nava casting to me side to him, but the snarky asshole part he nailed. I thought it was really great. So.
Well, if you were just plowing through it, obviously it just would have blurred through.
Yeah.
So. It's like if you traveled through the Speed Force. So
Yeah.
I get it.
But did it live up to the hype that everybody tried to sell you on?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah?
I loved what I dug about it the most were the twists, the way whoever wrote that stuff.
That was Vince Gilligan.
The way he navigated through all that, and like when you find out that Walt poisoned the kid, and that whole
The
angle.
ricin!
Well, no, it was the flowers that he used, but the whole way he navigated through all of those moves to try to keep up with Gus and all that. And the thing about it, Jesse was really kind of a mastermind as well as
Yeah.
as much as he got bagged as a dummy, he was really pretty smart. So I don't know, the whole thing was just really cool. I dug it. So
I'm guessing the next thing on your list then will be Better Call Saul.
yeah, definitely.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. That and the new Paul Rudd thing I'm curious about.
Oh,
I actually watched an episode yesterday.
Yeah, it dropped on Netflix.
Living
Friday?
with myself.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not checked into it because I don't know if I can take that much Paul Rudd. It's a lot of Paul Rudd.
See, I love Paul Rudd.
Well, okay, then maybe this is for you then.
It should
I like
for
me
me.
Paul Rudd too, but that's a lot.
That's a lot of Paul Rudd.
That's
I'll
well,
give you
if he shrunk down, then it's enough Paul Rudd there.
Oh
So-
yeah, enough of that. Yeah,
that. Well, and then you have double the dose. So you got double Paul Rudd
yeah.
based on what I.
I think it might be more than that.
Is it?
I think maybe
Maybe more than that. So yeah, Tom Brady made a cameo in the first one, which I guess has caused quite a controversy. But
Because fuck New England. So I had to get that in there.
Yeah, I had overheard some people at the Jorb
Oh yeah, that's right.
talking
You
about
work at Jorb.
talking about living with myself, and kind of came up that there might be more than a couple of Paul Rudds in there.
well, I hadn't heard that.
You know those front end developers, they never shut the fuck up.
Are these the same people that talk about? Oh, this is the best murder podcast ever.
That's a different department.
Oh, okay. Much better than this TV10 podcast bullshit.
What's your podcast about? Oh, murder, murder, missing ladies. Oh, I'll totally listen to that.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
Well, technically, we are missing some ladies here that used to be part of it.
Any female guests we have usually go missing. So I guess we could be a missing lady podcast We could advertise it as such.
Bigger question: what happened to Merlot?
Exactly. Yeah. she got gone girled.
What could have happened there?
Maybe she's in a mine shaft with Susan Powell. I don't know.
Or she could just be drinking under the table. So.
Or that. Yes.
That one's a little more plausible.
So Cody,
Yes.
as a co-host of a metal show,
Okay.
a metal radio show on local community radio,
Yes.
the most metal show in Utah, nay, the United States, nay, the world.
Nay, the universe.
Yeah, let's just say that.
You're gonna make
Rock and
Forgash
Roll
so happy.
Hall of Fame.
I saw the list, but I don't recall.
Nominees include Motorhead,
Okay. Down with that,
alongside
obviously.
Notorious B.I.G., Whitney Houston, Soundgarden,
What?
T-Rex, Nine Inch Nails,
Yes.
MC5,
Oh.
Kraftwerk, Depeche Mode,
Depeche Mode.
Dave Matthews Band, Thin Lizzy, Rufus with Shaka Khan, Todd Rundgren, Judas Priest, the Doobie Brothers, and Pat Benatar. People are voting now.
Are they tabulating at home?
Yeah, Latrell Girl is screening the calls.
Well,
as we
you
speak.
you can vote for these nominees on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame website. I would suggest going there, voting for Judas Priest as many times as you can.
How much of an impact does
I
that,
don't
do you
know.
think?
Probably not much.
Probably not much.
But I know they got Bon Jovi in a couple of years ago over Judas Priest.
Ew.
So
By way of this online
by
voting?
way of fan vote, yeah.
Wow.
So you can make a difference.
I'm if not fans of each of these bands or artists, I respect what they do. So even like with Kraftwerk, I mean, they were pioneers in what they did. Whitney Houston obviously has a great body of work. Motorhead, Judas Priest, Depeche Mode, I'd say.
Soundgarden?
Is this their first?
Could be, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if I'd go first ballot, but
I don't know. I'd go with Motorhead and Nine Inch Nails myself.
yeah, Nine Inch Nails too for sure.
Yeah.
Of course, our favorite band, Ginger, is not included in here. They're not eligible.
Well, it's
Not
because
yet.
they have no
They will
soul,
be.
so that's just science.
They're down there in the Ukrainian submetal genre.
They'll be up there someday.
Spinning Ginger on Maximum Distortion yet?
A couple times, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
A couple times. Not steady rotation, but when they come to town next,
Okay.
if that's a thing,
All right.
hopefully.
So when is that going to be? Do you know?
I haven't heard.
they'll be. I think they're doing a headlining tour right now. Smaller venues
Are
could
they?
come here. Yeah.
Oh, they could be on the Big Willie's tour.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to believe
Yeah,
that.
they'd probably be at the Metro or the Complex or something.
Probably. Yeah.
Urban.
That
So,
sounds
so you
about
managed to harangue Forgash into playing Ginger.
No, I did it myself.
You did it yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I think he played them once. I think I've played them once or twice since. So.
You now have access to the playlist.
Yeah, so
The Hooli.
Forgash leaves a half hour before the show ends. So
Oh.
I have like 30 minutes where I can just do whatever.
Okay, this is a good inside tip for you Maximum Distortion listeners.
So I actually
The last half hour is Cody D time.
I actually snuck in some Van Halen a couple weeks
Nice.
ago. So,
All right.
cool.
Accidentally.
Kind of do what I want.
And now, just to clarify, we're talking Van Halen original, not Van Hagar.
Well, it was a Dimebag Darrell tribute show, so everything was Pantera centric.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to me, he had played solos on a lot of Anthrax songs, Nickelback.
Okay.
Surprisingly enough.
All right.
So
What?
So you won't believe this, but we played like 2 or 3 Nickelback songs.
Okay.
That Dime did solos on. They're actually pretty heavy, and I was surprised at how good they were.
Cool.
Apparently,
all right.
they were all friends.
All right.
So
Me, I'm not in the Nickelback hating camp. As long as 311 is out there, they're not the worst band in the world.
yeah. Well, there's that. But
And plus, if Dime played with them, how bad can they be?
Yeah, I have to rethink that. Between that and them telling Trump, no, you can't use our song.
See?
Yeah.
I mean, they're more American than us.
Yeah, and they're fucking Canadian.
Yeah.
What the hell?
the songs that we played were pretty heavy. I'd never heard them before, and they were actually pretty good. The way that I was able to justify the Van Halen is, I don't know if people know this, but the last words that Vinny and Dime said to each other was Van Halen, because when they would start a set and they'd do their band meeting thing before they went out, they always said that to each other was Van Halen.
All right.
Which means, let's get to work and let's Van Halen.
All right.
So I was able to sneak that.
Nice.
Okay.
So, Tommy,
Yes.
over there,
Yes. Hi.
Watchmen.
Oh, shit.
Did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, I am still processing what I just witnessed. But before I go on, had you heard about Watchmen on HBO, Cody?
I have not.
Oh. Have you ever seen the movie? 84, 85, around there.
All right.
Written by Alan Moore and illustrated by Dave Gibbons. First of all, that's your homework.
Any relation to Billy?
Nice throw in there. Great film about kind of deconstructs the superhero genre, if you will.
Okay.
And then Zack Snyder, if you saw it in the theaters, that's cute. You got to find the Ultimate Edition because that gets really close to what the comics is, and that's when
Director's cut.
No, the final cut.
The final cut.
Yes,
Okay.
That's when Zack Snyder would be hailed a genius before Justice League. But I digress. Watchmen had a lot going for it, and kind of still centers in the same universe as Watchmen, but it's like 30 years after the events of the comic book.
Okay.
Now we've got masked vigilantes are outlawed, but we also have a police force that is wearing masks just so they don't get, killed. And we've got some detectives that dress up in heroic comics. How that's going on the road is...
Riots.
Yeah, I was very surprised about that. I know they've...
A lot of people finding out, that was a real thing. We didn't just make that up.
Well, and to be fair, they've when Alan Moore first wrote Watchmen, he kind of played with some historical facts as well. In this case, we won the Vietnam War, and Richard Nixon was still in office. So, we didn't think we'd be dealing with a despotic leader all these years later.
You mean we lost Vietnam? For real?
I know.
In this universe, we lost Vietnam?
Oh, did I mention Barry Allen fucked up the time-space continuum
man.
again?
Okay.
Anyway, we'll get to Flash in a second. Damn it, Barry! But there is so much going on in Watchmen, I may have to watch it again. The one thing that really sticks out to me was not only the Tulsa riots that they were mentioning, which had never been acknowledged before in a big forum like this, but also the music score. Trent and go, wait a minute, that sounds like Trent Reznor. And then after I see the end credits, it is.
That would be Atticus Ross.
Thank you. That's what it was, Atticus Ross. But the biggest surprise of all, Academy Award winner Louis Gossett Jr. That's all I'm going to say on the subject.
Yeah.
He's still around, huh?
Still around, yeah.
I had to blink and go, wait, that's you?
And Don Johnson and Jeremy Irons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a star-studded affair.
It's got some star power happening here.
Pretty good cast. So is this a series or it's a?
It's going to be a series, yeah.
It's currently debuted last night on HBO.
Mm-hmm. And apparently it got 1.5 million
Did
viewers?
pretty well. They're looking at this as finally we got something to pick up the slack from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I thought you were going to say divorce.
Yeah, that blockbuster HBO series Divorce.
The feel-good show that makes This Is Us look like a weepy.
See, I have to
thing.
come clean. I was a fan of Divorce. I love it.
Really? So you have seen some TV?
Yeah, I finished.
And that's
that.
the one you saw.
That's the one I saw. Yeah.
Well, we're all fans of Divorce
That's
at one point or
that's
another.
that's a strange choice. Okay.
Well, Thomas Hayden Church is really
Yeah,
good.
and Sarah Jessica Parker. You got your 3 name leads working
Yep.
together.
That aren't serial killers. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's coming back or not.
I think it ended. I
think it might be done.
I think that was the season finale.
Oh, well.
Or series finale. Yeah.
We'll move
well.
on. We're good. Yeah.
And got a bit of news here. That show we talked about, Sunnyside, starring Cal Penn. It's an NBC comedy. This week, you'll notice that it is no longer on the NBC schedule. The new season of Will and Grace is replacing it. It was performing so badly that NBC said, we're just going to put this on the website, and if you want to see the rest of it, you can go there.
So it's not quite cancel Beard.
No, but it's also not quite, down to our level of ratings. So it's somewhere in between there where they said, we're just going to put this on the fucking website. You people can go find it there.
Well, you know what would make it better? If they had somebody on Sunnyside to really elevate it. Maybe somebody with an MBA like me.
Oh, well, it must be time to take a drink because Tommy mentioned his goddamn MBA.
I wanted to bring up your MBA.
You can bring it up later, and if you need a reason to drink.
Oh, yeah, we're far from done with the NBA, probably. And also in other NBC news, Bluff City Law, Jimmy Smits, as he's also known,
Chalupa Casanova.
Chalupa Casanova from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Ever see that show, Cody?
No.
You might want to check that. If you ever get some time, I'm sure some people have recommended it to you.
They have indeed. And so, since I'm here, I guess this is a good question to ask you guys.
Sure. Yes.
Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy. Which one is
definitely Breaking Bad.
I'm kind of in the Sons of Anarchy camp myself.
Yeah.
Only just because, Chibs and...
well, if Sons of Anarchy had wrapped maybe a couple of seasons earlier...
Yeah.
they maybe went a couple seasons too long.
Yeah, as what usually happens.
Yeah, but Breaking Bad went the right amount of time.
But
5 seasons was perfect.
Yeah, and I would also say I'm kind of digging it just because Mayans,
the new spin-off series.
Yes, that's been
getting pretty good. But
should we jump into that? They
just fucking fired Kurt Sutter. The creator of Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC and several other things, also known as the husband of Katie Seagal.
Mm-hmm. Gemma.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a writer. I think he got his start on The Shield back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a great writer. He's got a bit of a problem with authority figures, apparently.
Well, and he admitted himself after getting fired, I'm a bit of a dick.
Yeah, everyone knows this. But apparently the new overlords at Disney, who now own FX and
everything.
A lot of everything pretty much, apparently he ran afoul of them. So therefore he's out of there, and I'm sure he can cry himself to sleep on his pile of money.
And Katie
Seagal, yes.
Yes, and Katie Seagal's. Gotcha.
Yes, right.
The thing I was reading just today, I guess Kurt Sutter was planning to step down from Mayans.
Yeah, they just accelerated the process.
Yeah.
Hurried him along.
Well, here's the thing, because even Kurt Sutter was going, Mayans, why does a white guy need to be involved?
Yeah, it's time for the white guy to leave the room.
Yeah, but I guess it was the transition. It's like not happening fast enough.
So yeah, you're fucking out. But Mayans. The first season, I was kind of like, I'm almost there. New season so far, really, really I think it's a big improvement over the first season already. Yeah. And also had last night's Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Carol's apparently doing trucker tabs and tripping balls.
Okay.
So much like Billy Bob Thornton on Goliath, everybody's on drugs now on TV and hallucinating, and that's the new normal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is this regular TV or
Walking Dead is on AMC Gold Cable.
Yeah, and Goliath is on Amazon Prime Video, which is important if you're a cord-cutting millennial.
Unfortunately, I'm not there yet. I still have got the cable.
That's okay.
I can teach you how to do it.
I've had so many people try to, and I just can't do it.
But I have the hands-on experience.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah. And a deep bench of research, because that's kind of what I do for a job now.
Yeah.
It's all part of
not installing
right.
IT lines or anything, but reviewing these types of things, like all sorts of streaming services and things like that. So I pretty much know, not to brag, but I know everything.
You know, you're the man.
Yeah.
Afterwards, we'll talk.
See, this is a power TV watching household.
Yeah.
It's all now internet-based TV. No cable or satellite whatsoever.
Well, and I figured if anybody would know about this stuff, it should be you, because this is your gig. This is what you do. Mm-hmm. So,
and I just come along and add snarky,
drunken comments.
Yeah, that too. You say tomato, I say tomatillo.
And last night we had the season finale of On Becoming a God in Central Florida on Showtime. Very interesting finale. Got a little dark. It could have either, had they not picked it up for a second season, it could have been, well, yeah, that's a good ender there. But now there's going to be another season, and there's going to be even more shit to work with.
Now, this is one I've been interested in. Should I be
Kirsten
interested in?
Dunst, yeah.
Okay.
Did 10 episodes on Showtime. Kirsten Dunst is a housewife in Florida whose husband is heavily involved in multi-level marketing.
Like you do.
Yeah, believe it or not, this did not happen in Utah, but it's in Florida. And
Very well could have.
Yeah, and shit goes sideways, so she's out to get revenge on this Amway-type company, and by getting in on the inside and killing it from within.
Right.
But now she's way in, and now we got to see how she gets out of it.
She's Breaking Bad in this.
Yeah.
Now that you bring up Showtime, I have watched 2 other series.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
All right.
What do you got?
The Kevin Bacon on the hill. Something on the hill.
Beacon Hill?
Is that what it was?
Something
Bacon
like that.
Hill?
Not Bacon Hill.
Bacon Hill. Yeah. That one and
is awesome.
the Roger Ailes thing.
The Loudest Voice.
Yeah. I watched both of those.
I really like The Loudest Voice, even though it's uncomfortably, true.
Well, and the whole time I'm watching that,
Kevin Bacon's show was City on a Hill.
City on a Hill. The Loudest Voice. I was like watching this, thinking, God, this guy couldn't have died soon enough. Like, fuck this guy. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So
And now there's a movie based around. It stars Charlize Theron
and
Naomi Watts,
Mm-hmm.
and a few other people. There's a movie version of this story coming out.
Yeah, and,
based on the book also.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlize Theron is playing Megyn Kelly. So
Oh wow.
that amount of vapidness, that's wow. If she isn't due for an Oscar, I don't know what else is needed.
But I need to know. I did not watch the Kevin Bacon show. Tell me a little bit about that. I know a little bit about it, but not much.
Set in the 80s, Boston. Kevin Bacon plays this FBI guy, and there's a crew in Boston that knocks off an armored truck, and it turns out the brother of the main guy in the crew is also an FBI informant, and so it's this cat and mouse thing between them, and it was pretty good. I liked it. I can't think of the cat. I wasn't planning on talking about this because I just remembered that I saw it. But the cast was really good.
That's the genius juice of Outlaw Distillery working through your medulla oblongata.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon's definitely the biggest name here. You got Aldous Hodge,
He's really good.
Amanda Clayton, Kathy Moriarty, Kevin Dunn, and Jill Hennessy.
Yeah.
Haven't seen her for a while.
But yeah, it was.
Was this based on true events, or
I wondered. I never investigated further into it to see, but it felt like there were at times that it was based on some stuff going on.
Yeah,
in
well, this
Boston.
is going to come as no surprise. Ben Affleck was involved in the creation of this.
Yeah, I think Ben and Dame, Matt both. I think
Boston.
I think they both were involved.
Oh, God, we got to suffer through this sort of bullshit here.
But you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Worth checking out?
I think so. I'm anticipating the second
There
season.
will be a second season?
Yeah.
Is that your hash brown watch harder?
I'm into that kind of stuff. Like
If you like a cop drama?
yeah, especially like retro stuff. Like it was the 80s, so it's it was kind of that was my wheelhouse of time.
Well, to be clear, here at TV10 Podcast, there's cop dramas, and then there's cop dramas. So, for example, cop dramas, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Then there's cop dramas.
Well, that's cop comedy.
Yeah. It's almost like a cop musical.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. And then there's True Detective, seasons 1 and 3, the great ones.
Yeah.
So
Nothing wrong with season 2.
you're not drinking hard enough.
Here's your bag of dicks.
But there were times where I questioned Kevin's Boston accent, and I was like, I don't know how really strong this is. I don't really know, but he's good in it. There's a lot of sex and drugs and
Cool.
rock and roll.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
dug it.
season 1 of True Detective right there. So the great one.
Yeah. Also, the loudest voice, I'm pretty sure there will not be a second season.
No, there will not.
Oh, if they
don't
had
know
a
how
way
they-
of topping that,
But
that would be genius.
I would recommend checking it out. I know we talked about it a lot when it was on, and so now I want to remind you that it's out there available still. Check out that fucking show.
But as for The Walking Dead and Carol tripping balls, I reached the point where I had to say on Walking Dead, I'm out. I'm just out. I can't do it. I want to, but I can't.
I'm also one of the ones that has never seen a second of The Walking Dead.
You're fine.
I don't get the whole zombie thing. I think it's overplayed, and I don't get it.
I would say seasons 1 through 4 made a lot of sense and was fantastic, but then everyone kind of got on Daryl's dick and just rode it off into the sunset.
There was a little bit of an Easter egg in the episode there where Carol's having one of her hallucinations, and she's at the breakfast nook with Daryl and the dead kid.
Oh, yeah.
The music playing in the background was a song by the 60s musical group, The Zombies.
Of course.
How about that?
That feels forced.
Well, I mean,
Not that forced because you didn't notice it.
By hearing it, I can feel the
I am
force
surprised it took, what are we, 8, 9 seasons
10.
in? 10?
This is season 10.
10, and we're just now getting into the zombies being on the soundtrack?
Yep. Jesus
It
Christ.
seems like an obvious thing to do years ago.
This is like what we were talking about with The Flash, when Cisco was playing Queen's Flash, and I'm going, well, yeah, of course they're playing it now because now they have money. Before, they didn't have a pot to piss in.
So over there, you got any there that sports news there?
Yo, well, of course, if you would just hit the music.
It's sports at Tommy Milagro. Go team!
From the sports desk, we deliver to you only the important sport, the sport of professional wrestling.
You like wrestling, Cody?
No.
You like movies about gladiators?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Oh, thank you for that, Bill Murray.
See, kids, that's Airplane. Wiki that.
Yes.
One of the greats.
For you kids out there.
Surely you can't be serious on that one.
Don't call me Shirley.
Call me Shirley. One of the greatest movies for one-liners ever.
Oh, yes.
Police Squad also.
And Leon is getting larger.
Okay, well.
We could go on forever here.
Oh, we
We
could.
could make a whole show out
You
of
know, if we did an Airplane Quotes podcast, I'm sure we would crack the top 50 on iTunes.
Is that your goal right now, to be Apple Podcast famous?
Hell,
it. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
if we could just crack that dozen listener ceiling there.
Yeah,
whatever it takes.
13.
A murder podcast hosted by Joe Rogan, quoting Airplane. I think that's the key. That's the ticket.
With a special guest appearance by Adam Carolla.
Yeah, see, if we did that, if we got Adam Carolla in there, see, we could go teach some bullshit how to podcast gooder seminar and just take everybody's money.
Well, don't we have that as part of our 15-part seminar?
Our 15 how to podcast the fuck harder seminar.
Yeah.
Now for the low price of $19.99
Trademark.
installments
And
monthly.
Yeah.
Oh, and but the key thing here is how to stay focused on sports.
Oh, yeah.
And I answer.
Wrestling.
There is a metric fuck ton of pro wrestling these days. So we've kind of to recap, we now have on WWE, you got Monday Night Raw on USA, and then SmackDown on Fox, which I'll get back to in a second. Then you got on Tuesdays, that's Impact Wrestling, Hard to Kill. Literally, this wrestling show should have fucking died a long time ago. It is the Walking Dead of wrestling at this point. Which, by the way, they had their pay-per-view over the weekend. You could still see it on the Fight TV app for only $39.99.
Not a sponsor.
Drink up, bitches. Now, on the pay-per-view, that was called Bound for Glory. The biggest news items are the Impact Heavyweight Champion Brian Cage, the Machine, managed to keep his title against Sami Callihan of OVE. That's Ohio versus everyone, in case you were wondering. And
I wasn't.
Okay.
I know you weren't, and that's why I couldn't tell if it was the glazed look from my sports reporting or the Outlaw Distillery. Either way.
A little of both.
Yep. Either way, genius juice. But the other news, Joey Ryan has re-signed with Impact Wrestling and managed to debut his U-porn plex. Basically, it's when a wrestler tries to go after Joey Ryan's crotch and he dick flips him, literally, onto the mat.
Great.
This is what you're missing in wrestling, Cody.
Well, as he mentioned, there's a metric fuck ton of wrestling. Somehow I've been able to avoid all of it, and I'm not sure exactly how, but
Yeah, there's wrestling on all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't even scratched the surface.
I know about none of this.
Oh, and you'll be loving this. NWA Power is available on YouTube. That's Billy Corgan's new thing.
Yeah, I heard you mention that last week. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then Master P now has a
Yes,
thing.
that's right.
Yeah, that's House of Glory. Hog. Oh. Yeah, I'm not mentioning Master P because he tried to fuck up WCW and damn near succeeded. So
I didn't even know he was still around.
that makes two of us. But it also brings us to Wednesday nights. That's where All Elite Wrestling goes head-to-head with WWE's NXT. AEW's Wednesday Night Dynamite is...
You still got that little gathering happening down at Brewie's on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock?
Yes, we do. We even
Okay.
have a mascot now.
What?
Teddy bear by the name of Bobo McDrinks-a-lot. So,
Oh, I was going to say, is it Goots?
well, yeah. And,
Goots with his crown and his fancy glasses?
well, yeah, and obviously. And again, for the third week in a row, AEW is still retaining more viewers than NXT.
So it's beating NXT going head-to-head on Wednesday nights.
That's right.
Okay.
And the other two big things is that we had a couple of injuries. Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel, suffered a little stinger, so because of a sneak attack by the Lucha Brothers. So he's out for a while.
God damn them.
I know. And worse, and this is the part that broke Goots' heart, Luchasaurus was also injured prior to the show last night, so it was 2/3 of Jurassic Express, Marco Stunt, and Jungle Boy. That would be Luke Perry's son. No, for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's wrestling. They lost in a tag team event.
Is he any good?
Oh, yeah, he's really good.
Really good?
Yeah, you should check it out sometime. Which, by the way, that might be a great segue to mention. If you want to stop by at Broovies, Wednesday night, 6 p.m. start time, that's where you will be able to see All Elite Wrestling.
That's Brewie's Salt Lake.
That's right.
Don't go to the Ogden one expecting to find wrestling action.
No. This is where beer is to be had and no kids. And more importantly, you'll even get to see the American Nightmare, Cody! The other Cody.
The other one.
Yeah, sorry. The American Nightmare Cody. Not Maximum Distortions Cody D. We should have a Cody off. We'll talk about it later.
We should do that.
Yes.
I don't know what that means, but we should do it.
Yes, there shall be a Cody off if I have my way. Let's see. Thursday nights, nothing. We already mentioned Friday nights. Saturday night, this is the one you've been championing quite a bit.
Women
here.
of Wrestling, it's the shit.
Yeah.
Good
Now,
show.
this is something I could get behind.
Okay. And
Literally.
If you get the AXS TV,
The who?
it's called AXS TV. It's a
Access TV.
Okay.
cable channel. You might have it.
Do you have DirecTV or Sling?
I have Comcast.
You may not
that's
have it.
No. Okay, you
Don't
need
know.
to switch. That's and
Well, the reason I don't is because I have home security.
Ooh.
okay, that makes sense.
So any of you bitches thinking about coming to my house, I got cameras all over the place.
To be fair, we are in East Abington, so I get that. We totally get that. And here in the third bunker, where we broadcast from the
Well,
Outlaw Distillery Studios.
Cody's in a slightly posher neighborhood than we are.
Sure.
Not by
Let-
much.
Just a little bit.
Let's just go with that. Let's not peel the curtain behind all the way.
It's posh enough that I need a lot of security.
Yeah.
But it's just posh enough that you could be posher and try to get Access TV and watch Women of Wrestling. It's done by the same people that did Glow on Netflix. Also, a great show you should be watching. But also it has New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Now,
which,
is Glow the one with Mark Maron?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Yep.
I have heard of that one.
Okay. Now you need to binge the fuck out of it.
And I've heard it's really good.
Oh, yeah.
And I have meant to check it out, but I just haven't yet.
It is on your homework now.
Man,
So.
I'm getting all kinds of homework.
Yes, you are.
You're going to have a fifth job here
Yeah.
that pays nothing.
Wait, a fifth jorb?
Fifth job that pays nothing.
But
Can I be an intern, Bill Frost?
Sure, yeah.
yeah, position just opened up right now. But also on New Japan Pro Wrestling, couple of big items here. So John Moxley of AEW, and he's also been split in time there in New Japan, could not make the show due to travel conditions.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because Japan got hit with this typhoon. Maybe you heard of it. So it's actually a thing. So he had to relinquish his New Japan United States title, which was won by the American Psycho, Lance Archer. Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a real name, huh?
That's a real name.
Okay.
Now, if you see this guy, holy fuck. He is a very intimidating son of a bitch.
All right.
And also it was announced that New Japan Pro Wrestling is doing an American subsidiary ingeniously titled New Japan Pro Wrestling in America.
Oh,
So
they could have called it New Japan Pro Wrestling Plus.
they could have, but I don't know how plus works in Japanese kanji. It could be...
Is that an issue?
Well, if you read Japanese, sure. And let's see. Oh, and finally this. I think this is the only way you can end this. With actual sports. Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah. And, yeah, first of all, number one, shitty scotch. Never taste it. We will never deign them to be a sponsor in our podcast. And secondly, apparently he was, he's under investigation for his second sexual assault charge. And it was reported by the New York Times on Sunday. It stems from an incident last week outside a pub in Dublin, Ireland.
Well, that's still 18 less than our president, so he's probably doing fine.
And in a statement to the Times, McGregor's publicist said, Conor McGregor is frequently the subject of rumors. He emphatically denies any report accusing him of sexual assault. Now, if you don't mind there, man, we're going to be patching him into the Suns. And where's our fucking drink? That would be Chibs' publicist there.
Nicely done.
And just know that if we're drinking anything, it's from any of our fine sponsors, not this bullshit 12... What is it called?
I have no
12?
idea what you're talking about.
Oh, his
Conor McGregor
Scotch.
has a booze?
Yeah, 12 something or other. It's,
Don't know.
either way, fuck Conor McGregor. Why? Because we like sports.
And sports, a Tommy Miller, go team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
See how I
Award
helped?
winning.
Did you see how I helped there?
Yes,
Oh,
you
yes,
did.
you did. I appreciate
Thank you for that.
Thank you. It
Uh,
was in stereo.
I got one last piece of news, then we're heading into what to tell what the people should be watching harder. Would you believe
No.
the South Park is shopping their streaming rights with bids approaching
Oh,
$500 million?
the fuck you say?
Yeah.
Like dollars or?
Sounds like a bargain to me.
Dollars. That's right.
Are they hurting from the Book of Mormon money, or what's going on with them?
Oh, no. They're doing just fine.
Okay.
If that's where the bidding's going.
Looks like they're going for that Seinfeld Larry David
Yeah.
money.
Okay.
Netflix has dropped out. Apparently a little too rich for Netflix.
They're fucking out.
Hulu previously had streaming rights. They're still in the mix. Another might be CBS All Access. Yeah.
How? Well, are they part of Viacom still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
yep.
That makes sense.
So who knows?
Yeah.
But-
This feels like CBS is going to be the winner here.
Well, we will find out. But the new season of South Park, pretty good so far. All about integrity farms, legal weed in Colorado. Randy's now a weed farmer in Colorado.
Man, I have not watched South Park in forever.
Well, maybe
A lot of shit's happened.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Well, maybe you feel like a refresher during our slog to 300 when you could watch bigger, longer, and uncut.
I would love to do so.
I think we can make it happen, sir.
Yeah, it's only 20 years old. Not much has happened since then.
Yeah. Satan's still a thing, and the whiny little bitch.
Yeah, so now we're going to tell the people what we believe they should be watching harder on their TV boxes.
Go.
And I got a couple of new things here. Starting tonight, as we're recording live on air, a little HBO miniseries, Catherine the Great, starring Helen Mirren.
Oh.
Everyone's favorite Russian
Equestrian lover.
Oh yeah, equestrian lover. There's a good word
Does that
for
mean
you.
she loves equestrians?
Yes, she does.
Let's go with that.
Let's say that. Yeah. So
Easy see you, Biscuit.
So you got that thing happening. It's a British thing. It's a British thing about Russians. So there you go.
Yeah.
And coming up on Tuesday, the day this episode drops, Jenny Slate, would you believe, has her first ever stand-up special.
What?
I know, right?
God damn it.
It's called Stage Fright. It's like a half stand-up, half documentary on why she's so fucked up. We're visiting with the folks.
Wait a minute. So this could be my template for when I get my show?
Yeah, when you eventually get your Netflix stand-up special, which is coming any day now because they are just handing them out.
Yeah. It's one day I'm going to drop Brown and Belligerent. It will happen.
Yeah. Coming up on Wednesday, season 2 of Castle Rock on Hulu, set in the Stephen King multiverse, bringing together a whole bunch of different Stephen King stories and characters together into the town of Castle Rock.
Just in time for Halloween.
Sure, yeah. Coming up on Thursday, yet another post-apocalyptic zombie series with a twist.
Oh.
With a twist.
Okay.
Love a twist.
This is Netflix. Imagine a world where there is a huge, some sort of
That's huge with a Y.
huge
Right.
biological disaster that only affected the adults. Meanwhile, the teens remain unaffected. Therefore, the teens run amok and create their own little Mad Max world, and all the adults are zombies.
You mean it's called Twilla?
Yeah, it's mostly that, yeah. But also Matthew Broderick's in here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's a zombie.
So it's not Children of the Corn. It's
No.
All right.
But the trailer is really funny. I've seen the trailer, and I thought, okay, this might be worth checking out.
What's it called again?
Daybreak.
Okay.
Not a great title. No, it's not what you're thinking.
It's not South Jordan.
It's not that South Jordan community.
All right. Although it would explain a lot.
I don't know who the fuck would make a movie about that.
Daybreak, Stepford.
Yeah.
Either way.
Friday, season 6, final season, BoJack Horseman
Oh.
on Netflix.
Shit's gonna get real.
A fine show. One of my favorites.
Oh, that's on your homework list as well, Cody.
Jesus Christ. You better be writing this shit down because I'm going to forget.
What do you think I'm doing right now? as we
Okay,
speak?
good.
Also,
professionalism.
Season 2 of the Kaminsky Method, starring Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin as geezers.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of people like it. Saturday Night Live is on Saturday, of course, hosted by Chance the Rapper.
And is he also the musical
Also
guest?
the musical guest.
But
They don't call him Chance the actor, so this could go sideways.
on a scale of 1 to Donald Glover / Childish Gambino.
I don't know if he's got that kind of chops.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Maybe he'll surprise us.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe he's got chops for days.
Yeah. Coming up on Sunday, Silicon Valley season 6, also final season.
What?
Yeah.
It's back?
Yep.
Yes.
Finally, and also on HBO right after it. These are both on after Watchmen. A new series, Mrs. Fletcher, starring Catherine Hahn. Very funny. She stars as a 40-something single mom whose only child goes off to college, and it's kind of a dual storyline of what she's doing as an empty nester and what he's doing trying to figure out life at college. And they're both kind of way out of their fucking elements, and it's a bit dirty. Bit dirty.
Define a bit.
Bit dirty.
Like
It's a bit dirty.
like a little dust mote here.
It's a wee bit dirty. Okay.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
All right.
And also, I would recommend the current season of Van Helsing on Sci-Fi, the current seasons of South Park, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on FX and Comedy Central, and Stumptown over on ABC. You should be watching that harder.
Oh yeah, that's on your homework list too. So
I thought you were going to say you should be watching Van Halen.
And we'll be watching Van Halen.
I went,
You can watch Van Halen however you can watch Van Halen.
however you
watch
do.
it as you sync it up with Van Helsing. That'll be after
that should
the
be a lot
Lions
of
Roar.
fun.
Yeah, I wonder if Van Halen 2 and an episode of Van Helsing sync up.
All
Well,
right.
maybe with a little acid, maybe
Yeah.
anything.
Anything
probably.
is done right with acid.
Oh, yeah.
Except what's his bucket? Van Sharon? No. Just
Gary Sharon.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ew. Just no.
We pretend that didn't happen.
That's why drinking helps. But I'm also going to add in there the Arrowverse. That would be Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and
Batwoman.
oh yeah. Oh, and now we figure out how the fuck she got her wig. So that is important to know. Cody.
Mostly people are thinking, oh, it's just skinny Batman. No, it's a chick.
Skinny,
but is Batman
skinny
coming
but curvy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they kind of mention it that way, too. It's like, wait a minute, it's Batwoman, but curvier. Do we call her Bat Chick? Bat Lady? Come on, Gotham, let's hear from you. I'm Vesper Fairchild.
How about I vote for Bat Dame?
Bat Dame.
Ooh.
Bat Dame. How about
See,
that?
they should have reached out to you, so...
No, it's Bat Person. Triggered.
Bat Dame with their beautiful stems.
Oh, Ruby Rose would fuck you up, man, and then she would hurt me.
I bet she'd appreciate it.
Yeah, actually, she could be.
Also, don't forget the new season of American Horror Story, based around slasher flicks, and doing pretty well so far. It's getting weirder by the episode.
But also getting weirder / more gruesome. Mayans, shit's going down, and Mayans be doing Mayan things. What else?
Don't you know they're loco? Of course, Cody, you recommend Breaking Bad.
That, and I really didn't have anything. I was hoping we were just going to jam some Isley Brother tunes and talk about Van Halen for an hour and a half. So
That's a different podcast.
Join us over in the other studio for the segment we like to call Breaking Van Halen. So
no, I guess Breaking Bad for sure. If you haven't, if you're one of the last dummies like me who hasn't,
There are probably still people out there who haven't yet.
City on a Hill, I kind of dug a lot.
The Showtime series.
And as Bill mentioned, The Loudest Voice. It's kind of an important thing to see.
If you don't understand why Fox News is a thing, this will explain it to you.
Well, not only is that why it's a thing, but the way the why it is, how it is.
Yeah.
And as I watched it, I wondered how much of this is actually accurate and how much has been dramatized.
I don't think much.
I hope you want to hope that it's not much, but
at the same time,
or that it has been a lot, but it felt like it's not. And,
yeah.
And with all the women that came forward,
yeah.
Once they figured out that they had a place to be honest, man.
Yeah, in this
really
day and
bad.
age of this foul year of the New Orange Order, or as we call it, no, it's not that surprising anymore.
Yeah,
but don't worry, we still have Rose McGowan at the forefront, and we've got also Eliza Dushku, making sure there's no bull attached to anything. Dushku's holding it down, right?
As far as we know, yeah.
Okay.
She's not currently on TV.
Yet. Not on TV yet. But hey, I'm still holding hope that they'll do season 3 of House of Dolls. So it could happen.
Dollhouse?
That too.
House of Dolls? What? I think that's an entirely different series.
Which could be great if she's in there.
Yeah. Also, check out Goliath on Prime Video. Billy Bob Thornton. It's fucking weird. Dennis Quaid and Beau Bridges together is a weird combo.
Dennis Quaid and his new 26-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And the
no, 26-year-old fiance.
Or
now.
fiance.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Let's be respectful of the betrothed.
Go Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, and apparently
I don't think Randy could pull that.
Yeah, we all know he cannot pull that. I will say though that I guess Quaid got shaded by his Parent Trap co-star. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Who did that?
The one that was playing his wife in The Parent Trap. I never saw it, but she was supposed to play a 26-year-old in that film. So art imitates life, maybe.
Okay, let me find this here.
We're breaking the internet here. But I think also what you need to do, Cody, add this to your homework. Glow. You have to binge watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, Elaine Hendricks.
That's it.
Oh God, she was in Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll on FX with Dennis Leary.
Oh,
She was the co-star on that.
All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
Let's see. Any other...
Oh, that's probably enough for now. Cody, what would you like to promote besides
Maximum Distortion?
besides our Isley Brothers / Van Halen podcast that happens in the other room?
Special show that's coming up.
Yeah.
For me, it's would have to be Maximum Distortion with Forgash and Cody D. Heard every Wednesday night, 10:30 to 1 at KRCL 90.9 FM.
That's 10:30 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Mountain
correct.
Time, that is krcl.org. This is assuming anybody outside of this area is listening.
Or you could, you can stream it, can't you?
Well, so we have what the hell is that
I know how you do this. There is a site out there called Radio Free America.
Yes.
That catalogs shows from public radio stations, and that's how I hear Maximum Distortion. Sometimes I'm not home or I'm not up at the time you're on.
Yes.
But it's
2 weeks.
It's available to stream
for 2 weeks, and then each week the one falls off and the new one comes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool service. That's how we hear a lot of the late night shows from KRCL.
Also, if you just want to hear us and our banter and our smart-assness, you can just go to Mixcloud or Reverb Nation and just hear.
You got the bits on there.
Every week, Forgash edits down clips and usually our best of stuff, and that's a good way to listen to it as well.
Nice. All right. And what have you got over there?
The banter minus the music.
Banter minus the music.
Okay.
Which is largely how most people like to listen to it.
Cool. All right.
Imagine if we did that and added music to our podcast.
Man, I'd like Maximum Distortion if they just stopped playing so much music.
God, I can't deal with all this metal.
Oh, that would be hilarious if you did that one night.
Well, music to a lot of people that we play is arguable because I hear all the time that it's not.
No. Butcher Babies is great.
What's the
music.
possibility of an all-talking episode of Maximum Distortion?
For me, it would be 100%. Forgash, not so much. She's not on board with that. I go out of my way to drag breaks out, much to the annoyance of Forgash. So.
Well, this is how you sell to him. Tell him to create a podcast because there's listeners around.
Oh, yeah.
Spreaker says there's going to be listeners.
There's millions to be made in podcasting. There's a podcasting boom, in case you didn't hear.
Which you can learn from our 15-part seminar plus 2 bonus sessions.
Yeah.
That would be the TV10 podcast, How to Podcast Gooder.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Yeah, we'll be teaching it at the Salt Palace.
Only for $399.99.
It'll be our master class.
Yes. Well, seeing as how I got an MBA.
Now, are all the materials, the handouts and textbook,
The leaflets, yes.
The leaflets,
The pamphlets.
all included in that
The
too?
workbooks.
Yeah. The textbooks, if you will, sir.
Oh, yeah, all that shit. I got going on this week. Magda Vega is doing a little rock and roll show at the VFW on Highland Drive. It's better than it sounds.
And about what south is it? 36?
2920 South
29.
Highland Drive, right about in there.
Okay.
It's a cool joint, cheap drinks,
That's all you can ask for.
loud music. We'll be there.
Rock and roll and cheap drinks. Hell
we'll be
yes.
there on Friday night, October 25th, with Big Face and the Salt Lake Spitfires.
What time do you start?
Right around 9 o'clock or so.
Okay.
9 till whenever.
And I will be at Brewie's Wednesday nights for All Elite Wrestling, AEW Dynamite. Stop by.
Hanging onto a bar stool for dear life.
That's right.
Tommy and Goots.
That's right. The Tommy and Goods production proudly presents AEW at a bar screen near you.
Okay. And, so I think that wraps everything up. We want to thank Outlaw Distillery for the bourbon whiskey.
Yes. And we should also mention that we got other great sponsors in Sugar House Distillery, in Ogden's Own Distillery, the fine purveyors of Five Wives and the Porter's Fire.
Madame Patarini Gin.
Oh, yes. And
Underground.
we can't forget the Underground. Yeah. And, of course, Bohemian Brewery and our good friend Ivy, who helps us mix all these drinks together over at Boozetique.
All sponsors we've suckered into thinking we have listeners.
they have to believe that there's more listeners than that.
All right. Also, I want to remind you, go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame website, look it up, and vote as many times as you possibly can for Judas Priest or Motorhead.
Yes. One or the other.
Or Soundgarden.
No.
Just anybody but the fucking Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah. I think we can all agree on that, can't we?
I'm a big Carter Beauford fan, so I'd like to see Carter get in. But, you know.
You should have just seen Cody D. He was just kind of like turning around and just kind of shuffling his feet. Kind of a Carter fan, so.
Okay, fine.
All right. Well,
if you can do a write-in for Carter Beauford and skip Dave Matthews altogether,
right?
Try to do that.
But more importantly, after we're done with the show, we'll switch right over to Talkin' Van Halen with Chris Hardwick. Wait, what was that, legit girl? Oh, he's got another sexual harassment suit. All right, Bill Frost, you got the villain.
That is our new spin-off podcast, Ain't Talking About Dave. A discussion of all things Van Halen. I bet there is one out there.
There's got to be.
Well,
did you know I can't remember what it's called. It might be called Pod of Thunder. It's an all about Kiss podcast,
yeah.
and each episode spends an hour talking about a single Kiss song.
Wow.
Yeah, Talk is Jericho has had the guys from Pod of Thunder on his Talk is Jericho.
So there's got to be a Van
There's
Halen
gotta
podcast
be.
out
There's
there
got to be.
somewhere.
I would venture to guess there's at least 20. So.
Oh, probably. And a quick request here. Can you play some Fozzy on Maximum Distortion?
Probably could do that, yeah.
All right.
Are you familiar with Fozzy?
I think we have, actually, but
okay.
Yeah, we can do it
It's
again.
been a while, so...
It's been a while.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
But yes, I am familiar with Chris's band, yes.
Oh, yeah. You should have seen them when they were rocking in Foz Lake City the other day.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I have a request from my new favorite band, Iron Reagan. They're on the they're a bit on the thrash side.
Yeah,
but
we've played them a bunch.
Yeah, love
those
Iron
guys.
Reagan.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're badass.
All of their songs are about 2 minutes long.
Yeah, it's about right. Yeah.
That's all you need. It's
And
just
that,
a
of
minute.
course, always play Ginger,
Yes.
no matter what Four Guy says. And that's going to be it. TV Town Podcast, episode 0296. It's
us slogging our way to
we're
300.
slogging to 300.
Well, thanks, guys, for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
And,
being here.
if you ever have me back, I promise I'll try harder.
Hey.
Don't worry. Next time, and I promise, I will bring bacon-infused bourbon. I've been meaning to do this.
Forgot about that. That was like 5 years ago.
I know. Yeah, I'm like the dad that said, "Oh, I'm going to be back. I have to step away for smokes." So.
Yeah, and then he Bruce Springsteened us.
Yeah, I think bacon-infused bourbon would fit in with keto, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can eat tons of bacon. Yes.
Sweet. We figured it out. We cracked the keto code.
Okay, tune in next for our keto podcast, Beat Your Meat, right here in the TV10 network.
Where we have more listeners for that podcast than this one. So, good night, America.
That's the secret to expanding your listenership. Just start more podcasts.
Well, we are well on our way.
Say goodnight to America, Cody.
Good night, America.
And please jiggle that handle, Cody, because it's time to flush.
It's a musical crime, time after time. The 2020 nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame have been announced, and snubbed once again, the Monkees. Instead, Dave Matthews Band gets on the ballot. Let me tell you, the Monkees could kick Dave Matthews' ass any day of the week. Yeah! Stop. Have you ever listened to Dave Matthews? Listen to Dave Matthews.
Come on, ba-doo, ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-ba-dee-da, la-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-doo, ha-ba-doo-ba-dee-da-ba, when I'm in the car, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, do-ba-ba-ba-ba-bee-ba-ba.
That's all he does. Scats. Are you excited?
No.
Have you voted?
No. This Dave Matthews Band thing, you can't deny that they are very famous
Yes.
and they are very popular. They are popular with the segment of the population that cries during sex. No, I'm serious. That's what all of their songs sound like, a dude just violently sobbing during sex. I brought an example. Listen to these lyrics, okay?
Oh my God, amazing.
Where are you going with your long face pulling down? Don't hide away like an ocean that you can't see but you can smell, and the sound of the waves crash down. Who talks like that?
The sound.
Who is that for? I'll tell you, you know who that's for?
Who's that for?
That is for dudes that started smoking pot before they stopped breastfeeding.
Rising tall, the truck is getting low.